Welcome back to ChiroCore. I am Dr. Renee Sofker with Intune ChiroCare.
And Kayla Shutter at Core Connection Pilates.
We are starting a balance series. When we sat down and decided what we were going to talk about, we kept coming up with kind of a common theme that that is basically the backbone, funny, chiropractic backbone, of our practice is balance. So we're going to talk a little bit about how each of us balance our bodies in different settings, and then some just basic things on what we're going to do. And then this is going to be a series because balance is such an important thing that we're not going to be able to discuss all the things in one video. So for chiropractic, balance means a couple of different things. A balanced nervous system is our primary goal for chiropractic. We do that by keeping your body in alignment with the spine. But a balanced nervous system means making sure that our body is adapting to outside stressors correctly. And what I mean by that is we basically have two different parts of our nervous system. We have a part of our nervous system which is the gas pedal, and it's go, go, go. It's kind of when adrenaline kicks in. So if we need a fight or flight response or a stress response, that gas pedal part of our nervous system kicks in. To balance that out, we also have a brake pedal part of our nervous system, which is our rest and digest, which we need to properly give our body rest and refuel it after a stress mode. But what's happened in the last 18 months with something like a pandemic, I'm seeing most of my patients are stuck in the stress go, 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 go mode, just because there's been so much stimulus to process, and a lot of other factors. They can't get out of that stress mode. So with chiropractic, what we can do is I can realign the spine and really focus on segments that are connected to that part of the nervous system to get those nervous system in a balanced state. So for chiropractic, balance means your body basically function optimally because everything is balanced and working together, primarily through the nervous system and the spine. So that's what how we kind of work at getting the body balance at Intune ChiroCare. So let's talk about balance at Core Connections Pilates.
Yeah, so for balance in my practice is more about finding the alignment, but as like a sense, like a feeling. So I mean, you're working at in a different way, but I'm kind of trying to really get people to feel what it's like to be aligned. So we work on injury prevention as well. It's really big for Pilates. The same with chiropractic.
Yep, for sure.
But we're really trying to get people to feel what it is in their own body. And exercises are super simple to find balance to super advanced. So I mean, we have a lot of props here that we utilize, but as well as anything at home, you can practice balance every single day. And it's not something that maybe we think about, but as we're sitting at home, we might be sitting in our hips crooked or things like that. And when we stand up, we're going to retain that movement in our body. So our body remembers these movements that we do all the time. So we are putting our bodies into these shapes that we need to work out of and we have to retrain. So coming back to a neutral spine is what I'm really focusing on, and making sure that people can get a sense of what neutral feels like in their body. And then we add other equipment and layers to that and exercises to challenge that, and can they maintain their balance throughout. So for Pilates, it's just a constant reminder to get ourselves back to neutral.
And I think you brought up a good point, because we all have postural, the majority of the people that I x-ray in my practice, we have postural imbalances, and it's from crossing our legs all day, and that muscle memory affects the structure.
Yes.
And then the nervous system doesn't function properly because the spine's out of alignment, putting pressure on the nervous system. So using a practice like Pilates or acro or whatever you do to balance the musculoskeletal system will have direct positive effect on the nervous system as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but in my practice, I noticed after the pandemic, we sat at home, myself included, while the world was shut down. We were less active. And so people are coming in more deconditioned than what they were before the pandemic, which creates another problem.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to start out with just some very basic stuff that you don't have to have any fitness level to do this. Like we want to be able to help as many people as we can, not just people that are athletes and things like that. And so we think it's just very important for these simple exercises to be able to start working on your balance at home.
Yeah, and to start finding stability. Before you do anything more advanced, you have to be able to start with the basics.
Yes. Yep, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you a couple exercises that you can do on any piece of equipment you have at home, and then I'm going to also demonstrate one that we have here in studio that you can come and play on at your own time.
Perfect.
So I have Renee sitting on this piece of equipment. It's called a Pilates chair, but you can use any chair at home or bench, whatever you have. Windowsill would work as also. I'm going to have her reach her arms out in front, and before she stands up, I want to make sure her shoulders are relaxed and her spine is aligned, yes, so that she's putting weight equally onto both sits bones. And she's going to stand up without using her arms, exhaling to stand up, and inhaling to sit back down. And we're going to take 5 of these, so exhaling as you stand up, inhaling as you sit back down. And again, this is just to start to strengthen those legs, making sure your feet are aligned, that you're standing straight up through vertical, and we'll just take one last one. And then we're going to stay standing, so you're going to go back up. That's okay, I'm going to cue you on that. And then we're going to do, like, we're going to sit back and just tap your butt to the chair and stand right back up. So this would be now a little bit more challenging for those quads. It also depends on how high or low your chair is. That's going to make your legs work differently. So, so she's reaching tailbone back, keeping the head in that nice alignment. Chest is lifted, shoulders are relaxed, and take one last one. And then you can have a seat and just take a break. So these, again, are just simple exercises to find your balance, making sure that you know where your seat is behind you. It's so important that we can get up from the ground. So now we're going to stay standing, and we're going to go into some heel lifts. Again, trying to make sure that she's standing straight up with her shoulders down. And we're just going to lift the heels. Yeah, that's a great idea. Putting one hand behind the head, one hand to the tailbone. And as you're lifting the heels, pressing the head into the hand, to make sure that the chin doesn't jet forward and that the alignment between the earlobes and the tops of the shoulders stay nice and long. And we're releasing in that lumbar spine, so that's another really good place to really feel some stretch in the spine. So these stability exercises are just good to practice, and if you have a stair at home, you could stand at the bottom one and have your heels hanging off and just lifting and lowering, and that's going to add a greater challenge as well to your balance work.
And just make sure that if you are weaker, that you have something that you can grab onto if needed. That was my only other tip. Yep.
Yeah, that's great. So I think that's all I have for balance exercises. Do you want to touch anything more on balance for you from these exercises? Or
I think this is a great place to start for someone that is looking to improve their health. Start simple and small and work up to big things, and then with each video that we'll do, we'll be kind of adding more advanced things as well. But we just wanted something nice and simple that anybody can do at home.